This Dutch oven bread is only 4 ingredients. I'm going to show you how to make it. It is so easy, and I'm going to give you an in-depth tutorial. In the bowl of our stand mixer, I'm going to add 1 packet of active dry yeast. I am pregnant, so I'm using a stand mixer, but I have made this for years by hand. Yeast needs to feed off of sugar, so we're going to add 1 teaspoon of white sugar. It's not going to make your bread sweet. This is just so that the yeast can feed off of the sugar. As always, the full recipe and measurements are going to be added in the end of this video, so that way you can have it typed out for you. Then you're going to add your water. You want your water to be warm like a bath, not hot, not steaming. You want it to be warm. You're going to give it between 5 to 10 minutes, and it needs to look bubbly and foamy like this. That is when you know it is active. If it doesn't happen like that, then 2 things could have happened. Your yeast could have been old, or your water could have been too hot and it could have killed the yeast. All you do is start over. Then the 4th ingredient would be your flour. Once again, that'll be typed out in the end how much. Now I am choosing to add Italian seasoning to this, so that would be 5 ingredients. If you don't want to add the Italian seasoning, you can make this a plain Dutch oven loaf and you do not need to add it. When you add in your flour and you're mixing everything together, you want it to come together like this, where it is nice and dry on the sides. It's not too sticky, it's not too wet. With the flour amount, depending on where you live, it might be a little bit more humid or a little bit more dry. You might need to add a bit more flour. That is okay. Then you're going to let it rise. I cover my bowl with a little bit of oil and then I put on a kitchen towel, let it rise for 2 hours. At the 1 hour and 15 minute mark, I like to turn on my oven at 450 degrees and put my Dutch oven in the oven. Once the Dutch oven has been in there for 45 minutes, your 2 hours is up. The hour and 15 of the rise of the bread and the 45 minutes of it being in the oven. In total, that is 2 hours that it has risen. So you're going to take your Dutch oven out of the oven. Remember, use gloves. It is 450 degrees. You're going to put your bread directly on. If you want to put parchment paper down, you absolutely can, but I don't. Then you can take a knife and score the top if you would like. You're going to put the lid back on and then you're going to put it in the oven at 450 for 30 minutes with the lid on. This is what it looks like after 30 minutes. Then you're going to take the lid off and put it in for an additional 15 minutes. So a total of 45 minutes bake time. If you don't like it to be as crunchy, you can cook it for the full 45 with the lid on. It comes out delicious and perfect every single time. If you make it, let me know. Okay, bye.